പ്രവാസി വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളുടെ പഠന സൗകര്യാർത്ഥം ഭവൻസ് ഒരുക്കുന്ന ചർച്ചാ പരിപാടി എഡ്യൂക്കേഷൻ ടു ഹോം എന്ന ചർച്ച കാണാം.
Welcome to another episode of Education to Home. In today's episode, we will discuss the subject English Core Code 301. I am Ms. Alushka Lawrence, and with me is Ms. Pushpalata Balasubramanian. We are the faculty of the English Department, Senior Secondary Section of Indian Education School, Kuwait.
The English Core Paper 301 consists of all the components: listening, speaking, writing and reading, that is essential to promote language proficiency not only for academic study, but also for professional arenas.
That's true, ma'am. A strong command over the subject with good academic scores can secure well-paying careers in almost any field, as the subject is evergreen and not restricted to any one particular arena.
The first step to secure admission in top universities requires English for application essays and for personal interviews. To secure an admission abroad, language skills are needed to ace exams like IELTS and SAT.
Moving on to the syllabus and paper pattern of English Code 301. The paper is an 80-mark paper which is written, and then we have a 20-mark internal assessment. The 80-mark written paper is divided into 3 parts: reading, writing and literature, whereas the internal 20 marks are divided into 2 parts. 10 marks is the project with a viva, and the other 10 marks will be allocated to the advanced speaking and listening skills. Moving on to the paper pattern and syllabus of English Core 301. The subject is divided into an 80-mark written paper and 20-mark internal. The 80-mark paper has 3 sections: reading, writing and literature, whereas the internals are divided into 10 marks, project with viva, and 10 marks, advanced speaking and listening skills.
The English Core paper, which is a 80-mark paper, is a 3 hours paper with 15 minutes of prior reading time. Section A is reading. It comprises of 2 comprehension passages carrying 10 marks each. The combined word limit is 700 to 750 words. The first passage is a discursive passage, and the second passage is a case-based passage, and both the passages have multiple choice questions and objective questions.
Sure, ma'am. The next section is Section B. Section B is of 20 marks. These 20 marks are divided across 4 sections of 5 marks each. Students must note that each question comes with an internal choice. Question 1 will test notice writing. Question 2 will test formal and informal invitations and replies. Both these questions have a word limit of 50 words. The third question will evaluate formal letters such as job application letter with resume and letters to the editor. The fourth question will evaluate report writing skills and article writing skills. Both the third and fourth question have a word limit of 120 to 150 words each. Pushpalata ma'am, please could you elaborate on the literature section of the paper?
Sure, ma'am. The literature section carries 40 marks, which is 50% of the total weighting of the paper. And section C starts with the extract-based question. There are 3 sets of extracts. First extract is from the Flamingo Reader, which is a poetry-based extract which carries 6 marks. The second extract is from the Vistas, prose-based. It carries 4 marks. The third extract carries 6 marks and is prose-based extract from the Flamingo Reader. All questions are multiple choice and objective type questions.
The short answers of the literature section are divided into 2 sets. The first set will test the Flamingo text, and the second set of questions will test the Vistas. The first set, students have to answer any 5 out of 6 questions, and the second set, students answer any 2 out of 3 questions. All these questions are for 2 marks each with a word limit of 40 to 50 words.
These long answers are based on the students' analytical and evaluative response, which will be tested both for global comprehension and extrapolative questions.
As we have already looked at the portions for reading and writing section, let us look at what the syllabus has for literature this year 2022-23. From the Flamingo text, all the 8 prose lessons will be tested. Under poetry, excluding an elementary school classroom in the slum, we have 5 poems. From the Vistas textbook, we have 6 lessons, excluding Should Visit Hit Mommy and Evans Tries an O-Level. Ma'am, now that we've looked at the syllabus, why not share some tips with our students to ace this exam?
Yes, sure. The general tips for the exam is you need to make use of the time judiciously. A reading time of 15 minutes is given. Scan the paper fully for 5 minutes. Then the next 10 minutes, you can go through the passages. See that you present the paper neatly, and after every answer, leave a line and draw a line. Also make sure that you follow the word limit so that you don't miss out on time.
For the reading section, please ensure that you answer in chronological order and your answers are concise and precise. Do not write lengthy answers. Also, make sure to answer in complete sentences. When it comes to the writing section, please ensure that you stick to the word limit. If cues are provided in the questions, don't restrict yourself only to those cues, but add your own. Also, ensure that you do not miss the relevance to the question and write at tangent. Please make sure that you adhere to these rules.
And for the long answers, since the word limit is 120 to 150 words, make sure you don't exceed the word limit. And also, there should be a proper introduction, value points, and a conclusion. Make sure that you underline the value points.
With this, we come to an end on today's episode of Education to Home. We wish our students the very best for their exams. Thank you.